Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to another LEGO set review video. So, last video that we did, we reviewed the Batmobile Scarecrow Showdown set, and for this episode, we are reviewing the second set of the Dark Knight trilogy line, and that is the Batmobile Tumbler. This is the second Tumbler that they've released, and this is massive. So, the set number for this one is 7666240. It's for ages 18 and up and has over 2,049 pieces. So in the set, as you can see, it includes a Batman minifigure, a Joker minifigure, a little display stand for them, and the tumbler itself, along with you can't really see it that much, but underneath is a display stand, for the tumbler. And after looking at this is really, really big, and it's probably my favorite Batman set that I've ever purchased. And I was really excited like when this set was coming in and it was like gonna be released, because I remember with the first Tumbler set that they released back in, I think it was either 2014 or 2015, but I remember the first one they released, and I wasn't able to get it back then, but years later I was excited when they announced that they were like re-releasing it again, and like a newer design with some new minifigures, and I jumped at the opportunity and immediately bought it. And after finishing about like a little over, I think, 8 hours of building when making this, I'm really excited to give a full review on it, because this looks amazing and I can't wait for it. So, anyways, as you know, if you guys are new to like the set reviews, basically what we're gonna do is first we're gonna review the minifigures, and then we're gonna go into the set itself. Like show some of the details about it, and then by the end of the video, we'll give like final thoughts and opinions about the set overall. So without further ado, let's begin. So first up with the minifigures, of course, we have Batman in a proper Dark Knight trilogy suits. This was like one of the things that I was super excited for, because we finally get a proper Dark Knight suit for this character. I remember they did like years ago they did like I think it was like a Comic-Con exclusive of like the suit in this color and like this color scheme, but it was like, again, it was Comic-Con exclusive. And the one that they did release, I hated it because it was back in like the 2012 set with like Bane and Jim Gordon, but I hated the minifigure in that one because it was inaccurate for where it was black and gray, but it had like a black waist piece. The minifigure was gray and was just completely inaccurate. And I hated that figure for years and was hoping that, like, please, we need a proper or like accurate Dark Knight suit. I think the reason they did that was so like the detailing would pop out more. But since then, they've learned of like new techniques and new ways to really give out detailing with the figures, as well as like keeping them accurate to like the source material. So I'm glad that they took it and that they did another try at the Dark Knight suit, and we get a proper detailing of it. I really love it. So the front of it, as you can see, it's in like gray outlining for like all the armor detailing for the suit. We also get like the classic utility belt, and we got that printing continuing on to the front of the legs, which is really nice. This is like a step up from the other Batman minifigures that we've seen. So I really like that difference with them. No detailing on the arms. I'm kind of sad that there wasn't any, because it would look cool. It looked pretty cool if we could see like the armor detailing like on the suit. Of course, we got like the iconic classic Batman cowl, which I think suits pretty well for like this particular suit design. And the head is the same thing underneath there. We get a return at the one whole fabric capes, which I guess, just like I said before, this is like the new norm. This one does like fold down a little bit better than the other ones, so that's pretty good. Lifting this up, we can see like the armor detailing does continue on to the back. We can see like a really nice detailing with like the belt, and also we can see of like the back shoulder plates like for the armor itself. And yeah, overall, not really a whole lot more to discuss of this figure. I do like how this looks, and again, I love that we get a proper Dark Knight trilogy minifigure. I figure this looks really cool. I think the only complaints that I would really give would be like some more printing and some like arm printing on this, especially since this technically was like an exclusive. It's like an exclusive in the collector like there, and I almost wish that like the printing would like continue onto the legs. That'd look like a really cool added detail to it. But I won't give too much complaints of it, because overall it's still a really really nice minifigure. So I really like it, and I like it, and I'm definitely gonna be using this as a base for when I make a new Dark Knight trilogy showcase. Okay, so expect that in the future. And yeah, overall thoughts, I'd say this is a cool Batman minifigure, and again, I love how LEGO approached it. Like they could have added a little more, but even with that, it's still an impressive figure overall. And our second minifigure that we have for this is, of course, the Joker. And I love how they did this one. So I remember when they did the first Tumbler, they had Joker in that one, but he was wearing his like purple trench coat and like suit jacket underneath, and it was really cool. And for this one, I love that, like with Batman, they decided to give a whole new design for him, this time showing like his suit without the coat, and it's really fantastic. So as you can see, like we get this nice torso printing of like showing like his suit, like his little suit vest, and then like the sides we get like for this minifigure we actually get arm printing, and it's fantastic. Fantastic. I love that they included in like that suit detailing overall on the character, and I love that it continues on. You can see it continues on a little bit onto the sides. We get more printing on the back. And then like back at the front of the figure, we get like some detailing on the legs. Legs. Again, I wish they would have added more on the sides, but that's okay. And of course, like with the head, I love the head as well. So for like the hairpiece, we get like this painted green Anakin Skywalker hair, which was the same hairstyle that they used for the first one. So, first one. So it's not terrible. It's like a cool representation of the hairstyle, but now that they've begun making more like hairstyles, and some would actually look more accurate to how Joker was portrayed in the movie. I kind of wish that they had used one of those, but it's not too big of a complaint. But I'm gonna remove this for a second so we can see the face. I love how they did the face, because of the lighting, and it's a little hard to see. But on the face, I love of how like with the white makeup of how it's a bit more blended in with like the flesh and face. So like with the first face, we get like him with sort of like a smirk, and then in the back we get like his like smiling twisted grin expression. But I love how they did the makeup of how mostly when white printing is added into like a flesh face, it almost looks faded out. But considering how Joker like appearance is portrayed in the movie, I love it because it really makes it look like that the makeup is like almost blended in and kind of faded out into the skin tone. So I love that it's sort of like added in with this one. So I probably won't make any changes with the face. I might just keep it as it is, but I definitely do plan on using this for the base on Joker. I'm not gonna be ruining the arms. These arms are gonna be staying intact, but I do have a few ideas of how I want to approach it, Joker for the figure. And overall, this is really cool. Again, I love that LEGO, instead of just like reselling the same figure for this set, they decided to change it up a bit, give him a new appearance, and really add in like some more detailing to it. So I'd wish that they added in the detailing on the legs, but again, it's not too big of a complaint. And overall, this serves as like a really cool minifigure, and I really like how they did Joker for this one. Now, for the last portion of the review, we're going to be looking at the set itself. So before we get to the car, I first want to get out of the way is this is the display stand that the minifigures come in, and like we get like some gargoyles on the sides, and about like a few positions for you could stick like your minifigures on here with Batman, Joker, and just enough room for you could stick on a third one. So want to get that out of the way. It's pretty cool. Now, looking at the Tumbler itself, this thing is freaking massive. Like, to give you a size comparison, this is the Tumbler from, like, the first set review that we did. This thing, it looks like a go-kart in comparison with this, and with, like, this beast. It's really insane of how, like, big it is in, like, proportion. portion. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna move that to the side. And also, I'm recording this at a distance just to capture it all in frame. So if the audio sounds a little weird, that's why. Anyways, okay, so looking at the set itself, I'd say this is really, really impressive of how they captured the design like from the movies. Like the way how this looks. So, in reviewing it in portions, we're gonna lift this off for a second and look at the display stand that this thing comes in, and I think it's really nice. So we get like this nice stand that, with a little rotation. I think this is sort of be like you can move the tumbler a little bit. And in this set, this also includes in a display informative stand, and for what I've seen from like more collector sets, these come in with these, and this gives us like a full background of like some descriptions of the car. So it's like, like the weight of 2.15 tons, goes at above 200 miles an hour, and our acceleration 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Again, it's 15 feet in length, 9'4" width, height is 5'2". The engine goes out to about 1500 HP jet turbine, and fuels gasoline, and jet fuel is liquid propane. I think this is really cool of how they added these in. I don't know if I'm pretty sure that like all collector sets have like this little addition. Again, I'm not too sure because this is technically the first ever or like collector set I've ever bought. So if this is sort of like a classic thing with this, then I'll just move and I'll accept that. All right, now putting that to the side for now. Looking back at the car itself, again, this is huge. It's huge. It's got really, really nice detailing of how they approach this. I really like how it's got like some of the detailing like here and there. You get a look at the back, with like these monster tires, and we've also got like the jet engine, and for where it can power up and do the rampless jump. It's got a lot of panels that we can like move these up and down a little bit to sort of represent the flaps that the car can move around in, and on the sides we can see that it's got like these printed pieces that I don't know if these are supposed to be like explosives or maybe it's supposed to be like where the gas comes in with the vehicle. But we got these nice printed pieces, and then looking back at the front again, I love of how this captures in like the general idea for the tumbler, or like the single piece out here, representing like I think like the front part of the car. There's a better name to it, but I don't remember it. All right, and we also on this one, I completely forgot that it comes in with like little window wipers, which I think is a fun little detail. And there's even more to it in the inside of the vehicle itself. While angling this as best I can, we can see on the inside, it also includes like the cockpit up like for the vehicle. We can see of like it's got some panels and of like all the computers and stuff. There's command terminals here and there, and the driver's seat. And we get some more panels in the back. I'm sorry, we can't really see them so well because they're far back. And there is some printing, like on this one, you can see a little bit of printing. Oh, can move it in a little bit. Okay, so you can get a better look at it. And look at like some more computers. Here's in the back. In the middle, we get like damage terminal of how bad the car's been damaged. You get a little accelerator. Oops, sorry, my hand's in the way. But we get like the drive stick for where when you push this button and the jump engages. Now in the passenger seat, we get more computers. Showing like the display of like the area and also some more damage. We got a sonar and then our panel in the Mac. And we also got some chairs like built in. And in the front, if we go all the way to the front, sorry about the shadow, we get another computer terminal here, which now looking at it, I think this represents for when weapon mode is engaged, the driver's seat turns in and goes down in the middle, which I think is a nice added detail to it, to add more into the vehicle itself. Which is really, really cool. And basically, like, a minifigure wouldn't fit in this, but I can see this as sort of being, like, the size for where, like, an action figure could fit into this. That they could have just made this set for where, not have it be, maybe, like, for where you could stick something in this one, but I do love that they added in, like, all these details to give, like, the full idea on like, the car, on, like, a figure being inside the vehicle itself, so that's really, really cool. Also got some nice movement into this one, so if you don't want it on the display stand, you could like rotate it around, have it go forward and back. The tire pieces on out of these on were a pain, to like get on, especially the back wheels. But once these came on, these move really, really nice. So I do love of how like this moves forward and back, and it's really cool. I think like the one complaints that I would give on this would be like the printed in pieces. This is like specifically with the stickers. I was surprised that like the display panel, a panel of like giving the information about the tumbler, as well as like the computer panels for the inside, and for the inside of the car. I'm surprised that all of those were stickers instead of actual printed pieces. This is like the only printed pieces onto this thing. Are like the gold pieces like on the sides of the vehicle. These are the only printed pieces. Apart from also like the front of like the weapons and area for where he would go into the weapons mode. I'm surprised that these were like the only ones. So I hope that I don't know if they'll ever like redo another Tumbler set. They probably will in the future, and like the next like maybe like 5 or 7 years. But if they ever do another set, I hope that they give like the panel pieces actual printed pieces, because they would definitely make it easier to attach them on, and also make it almost make it look more authentic, I guess. This is how I would put it. And it would definitely be easier. Especially if like the sticker is like misplaced, and you don't want to like rip it up, or otherwise it will be ruined. So that would be like one sort of like complaint that I would give to into the vehicle. Overall though, I really love how this looks. Like this is amazing. This is like overall amazing, and apart from like the minor stuff, I really love their approach to the Batmobile itself. And that is going to pretty much do it for this set review video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and to give like final thoughts about this, even with the minor complaints that I gave about like some more printed pieces on this one, I would still give this set an overall 10 out of 10 because it's just amazing how they made this set. I always love it that when Lego does these like 18 and up sets, like these are like collector pieces, and I love that how, since they're in a way like exclusives, they really go all out to like try and get the accurate representations of what they're building. Like I remember like some of the sets that they've done in the past were like a lot of like Star Wars sets, architecture builds. I always love those sets because they always look, even though they're not like the kind of sets that you would put like minifigures into them, they're still super impressive because they really capture the overall design that they're built off of. And this one really captures that design. And I'm also glad that Lego decided to not only re-release the Tumbler sets, but also change it up a bit, so it's not entirely the same. Again, I don't have the first Tumbler, so I can't really do like a comparison. But I feel that like instead of making it exactly the same, they changed it up. They changed it up a bit with like new minifigures, so new pieces here and there, and just really giving a overall touch up to it, and I really love it. So if you guys are interested in getting this set, be it that like you didn't get like the first Tumbler and you want this one, or you have the first Tumbler but still want to get this Tumbler, this set is over about $229.99 US dollars, though plus like shipping, handling, tax, and all that stuff, it would round to about like 150. So if you guys are interested in getting into it, I highly recommend picking this setup And overall, that's gonna do it for this video. So I'm gonna go back to working on some showcases, like finishing up the God of War Ragnarok showcase, or at least working more into that. Kratos is almost done. I'm gonna be beginning on Atreus. I also do plan to do some Batman showcases in the future, featuring like the Dark Knight trilogy, and also the 2022 Batman showcase. If I ever do another set review, there'll probably be more on the Batman sets, because I do plan to get you'll plan to get at least the Batmobile and the Batcave sets. But overall, that's going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!